Good morning, all of you. Let's get started. In today's class, we will see a few things, starting with how to classify triangles based on Pythagorean theorem. We had done a debrief previously based on this. I'll be giving one more attempt on debrief 1B at the end of the class. So please observe here how to classify triangles with the Pythagorean theorem. Supposing I have three sides A, B, and C being the largest side. Okay, in a triangle, if I have A, B, C as the sides and C being the largest of or the longest of them, then in case of right triangle, it has to satisfy this particular equation: C square equals A square plus B square. That's in case of right triangle. And I think somebody is unmuted. Please mute yourself. Okay. We have a right triangle. If it satisfies this particular equation, C square equals A square plus B square. Supposing if we have the largest side square is less than the sum of the squares, then the triangle is called as the acute triangle. Then the triangle is acute if C square is less than A square plus B square. For example, we know that equilateral triangle is acute triangle, right? If this is 3 units, this is 3 units, this is 3 units. You can see here 3 square is going to be less than 3 square plus 3 square, obviously, right? So therefore we will have a acute triangle whenever this particular equation is satisfied. And in case of obtuse triangle, the C square will be greater than A square plus B square. C square will be greater than A square plus B square in case of obtuse triangle. For example, if I have sides like 4, 5, otherwise you can take 5, 5, and other side is just 6. And you can see that that will be an obtuse triangle. If I have sides, this A has 5, and this has 5, and this has 6. You can see that C square 36 is less than 25 plus 25, that is 50. So this will be obtuse triangle if I have sides with 5, 5 units and 6 units. Note down this, I'll give you like 30 seconds, only these formulas, right triangle, acute triangle, obtuse triangle, then we will see few problems based on that. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. For each list of sides left below, determine whether or not they will form a triangle or not. If they do, whether the triangle is acute, right, or obtuse. Okay. To form a triangle, the sum of any two sides should be greater than the third side. Okay. A plus B should always be greater than C, and if at same way B plus C should always be greater than A, and another possibility is A plus C should always be greater than B. If I have three sides, then this should be satisfied. I'll do the first couple of them, then I'll give you chance to work on these two. Let's see this one. First one, second one. So 26 plus 35. 26 plus 35 is nothing but 61. Okay. Sum of two sides is not greater than the third side. So therefore not a triangle. Okay, not a triangle at all, the first one. Because I'll have 26 plus 35 is 61, and 61 is not greater than 62. So this equation is not satisfied. Let's try this. 14 plus 18 is 32, so it's greater than 29. Same way, 18 plus 29 is obviously greater than 14, and other possibility 29 plus 14 is also obviously greater than 18. So therefore it's a triangle Let's see what kind of a triangle it is. Let's do 14 square plus 18 square and compare it with 29 square. Okay, 14 square plus 18 square. If you use calculator, it should give you 520 equals 520. And the largest side square, let's see what it is. 29 square is nothing but 841. 841. Okay, so from the previous slide, we know that if a square plus b square is less than c square, okay, a square plus b square is less than c square, then it is acute triangle. That's what we saw in the previous slide, right? So if we have a square plus b square, which is oh, a square plus b square is less than c square, then it is obtuse. My bad, guys. It's going to be obtuse triangle. If c square is less than a square plus b square, then it's going to be acute triangle. So this is going to be obtuse triangle. Okay. A square plus b square is less than c square, so it's going to be obtuse triangle. Okay, please try the next two, and we will see the answers for that in a while. So you have a minute or so. Use your chat once you get the answer. So second one was obtuse triangle. So try 3 and 4. Let's check the third one. So here I have 30, 72 and 78. 30 plus 72 is greater than 78. Same way 72 plus 78 is greater than 30. And 78 plus 30 is greater than 72. So definitely it's a triangle. So first step is we know it's a triangle. The next step to check what kind of triangle it is. So we will start with the largest side square. 78 square equals what we are going to see, at 30 square plus 72 square is what? Okay, we will just simplify that, and in calculator 78 square if I do, I get 6084. Same way if I do 30 square plus 72 square gives us 6084. As a square plus b square equals c square, it's a right triangle. Okay, let's see the last one. So once again here, 27 plus 26 is greater than 45. Obviously that is true. Same way 26 plus 45 is greater than 27, and 27 plus 45 is greater than 26. So it's a triangle. Let's see what kind of triangle it is. You have to simplify for 45 square and 27 square plus 26 square. So 45 square gives us 2025. And 27 square plus 26 square gives us 1405. Once again, it satisfies the same thing. C square is greater than a square plus b square. That's where we have obtuse triangle. C square greater than a square plus b square, we have obtuse triangle. It's an obtuse triangle. Okay. Let's see the next slide. Identify each triangle by sides and by angle. Okay, I'll do the first one, then I'll give you chance to work on the second and third. So first one, by sides. Okay, I'll do by sides first. 15, 20, and 25. Okay, so based on sides, none of the sides are equal, so it's a scalene triangle, right? So first of all, it's a scalene triangle based on angles. Scalene triangle. None of the angles are equal. See, because if this is 15, this is the smallest angle. Then followed by this is the second most smallest angle, and this is the largest angle. Okay, based on the angles, we are scaling triangle. Now, based on sides, let's check for 15 square plus 20 square, what it gives, and compare it with 25 square. 25 square is 625, and 15 square plus 20 square. Using calculator, I have 15 square plus 20 square as 625. So it's a right triangle. Okay. So it's a right scalene triangle. All of you try the second and third. Okay, try this is the second and third. I'll give you like a minute, then we will take a look at the answer. On this one, once again, all the three sides are of different lengths, so it's a scalene. And we have to see what is 8 square plus 15 square and 17 square. Let's compare these two numbers. 8 square plus 15 square gives us 289, and 17 square also gives us 285. So it's a right triangle. So from sides we can say it's a right triangle, and from angle we can say it's a scalene triangle. Right triangle, sorry. Because this is scalene triangle. Now we have to see the last one here. 24, 21 and 16 are given. Let's compare it with, once again here the sides are all different, so therefore it's going to be scalene triangle. At 24 square, we will compare it with 21 square plus 16 square. So 24 square is nothing but 576. And 21 square plus 16 square is 697. So I can say that 576 is less than 697. So therefore this is, I have c square is less than a square plus b square. So it's acute. So it's an acute triangle. Let's see the next slide. An obtuse triangle has sides x, comma x minus 3 and 33. The length of the longest side is 33. What values could x be? Okay. So we will get equations. Let's check this out. So we have the obtuse triangle. So obtuse triangle satisfies the equation what? Obtuse triangle should satisfy c square is greater than a square plus b square. The obtuse triangle satisfies this particular equation. So substitute and get the possible values of x. So let's see here. The longest side is 33. So 33 square is greater than x square plus x minus 3 whole square. So that further, if I simplify, I get x square plus died minus 6x. X square plus x square becomes 2x square minus 6x okay, 2x square minus 6x, and this was plus 9, and I'm subtracting, otherwise let me simplify 33 square first. 33 square is nothing but 1089. So we have 1089. We have a quadratic equation, we will simplify that. So first thing is get everything to the left side, 2x square minus 6x. Subtracting 1089 from both sides, I'll have 1080 is less than 0. Right? Then divide all throughout by 2. I get x square minus 3x minus 1080 divided by 2 is nothing but 540. So 540 is less than 0. Okay. This is a quadratic equation. You can simplify by factor method, or you can simplify by quadratic formula. Any of the methods will work. So in this case, let me do it by uh, quadratic formula. The quadratic formula says x equals negative b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Let's simplify this. So negative b, this will be plus 3 plus or minus square root of b square, negative 3 whole square is 9, minus 4 times of a is 1 and c is negative 54. Divided by 2a, which is nothing but 2. So further let's simplify this. X equals 3 plus or minus b square minus 4ac. Let's simplify that as well. 4 times 54 is nothing but 216. 216 plus 9 gives us 225, and square root of 225 is 15. So 3 plus or minus 15 divided by 3 plus or minus 15. So one of the 3 plus 15 will give us 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Here it was less than, right? So you will get, all these are, you should have equation in this manner. So just putting equals, put x less than and just simplify. Okay. So first thing, I'll take plus x is less than 3 plus 50 divided by 2, and the other one is x is less than 3 minus 50 divided by 2. 3 plus 15 is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. X is less than 9. And 3 minus 15 gives us negative 12. Negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6. Okay. This can also further be written in this manner, like you can multiply negative 1 on both sides, and you can also say that x is greater than 6. Okay, if I multiply by -1 on both sides. Whenever I multiply, it flips the sign. So finally, the values that the x can take is between 6 and 9. So the final answer here is 6 less than x less than 5. Okay. All of you same way, just try to work this, and I will also start working here itself. We will all work together on this one. Just get started on the second one. Second one, we have acute triangle, and the length of the longest side is 45. So 45 square is less than x minus 4 square plus x plus 7 square, because we should have c square is less than a square plus b square in case of acute triangle. So substitute further. This is x square plus 16 minus 8x okay. This is our right side. Left side 45 square is going to be 2025. I'm just going to leave it at the final step like this, and then you can solve for x later on. Okay. So here I'll have 2x square minus 8x plus 14x plus 6x and 49 plus 60, which is 65. And get everything towards this side. Zero less than 2x square plus 6x, and subtracting 2025, I'll have negative 1960. Dividing by 2, I will have 0 less than x square plus 3x, and 1960 divided by 2 is nothing but 980. Okay. Same way, just you can further simplify and get the range of the values of x. So this time when you get the values of x, so you should be telling x greater than negative b, because it's over here and 0 is towards this side, x is on this side. So x is negative b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Use this formula or use the quadratic formula and solve for x. Okay. Let's see if there are any questions. We'll see a few word problems based on that. Railroad bridge. Many railroad bridges are designed using triangular structures like the one in the diagram. All 5 triangles in the design are congruent. The length of the bridge is 48 feet and the height is 15 feet. Are the triangles in the structure acute, right, or obtuse triangle? Okay. You have to answer this. I'll give my answers in a minute. How many feet of materials are needed to build one side of the bridge as shown in the figure? Okay, for this two, we will go over the answer in another minute. Help you. So in this case, if for acute, right, or obtuse, these triangles are all congruent, which means so all the 3 sides are congruent. So they have said congruent. Definitely we know that these 2 sides are equal. we know that these two sides are congruent. We just have to figure out about this side. Okay, this particular side. And this is 48 feet and this is 15 feet. Okay, so this is 15 feet. And let's see, these are three triangles and we can get this particular side length, which is going to be 48 divided by 3, which gives us 16 feet, which means this is 8 and this is 15. We can get the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is going to be 8 square plus 15 square and taking square root. So this is going to be 70. Okay. These two are 17 units and this base is of 16 units. That you can compare and say whether it is acute right or obtuse right. You have to see 17 square plus 17 square and compare it with 16 square. So 17 is the largest side, so you'll compare it with 17 square, you compare with 17 square and 16 square. So isosceles triangle, we know that 17 square is going to be 289, and obviously we know that this is going to be less. 17 square is going to be less than 17 square plus 16 square. So we have of this particular format, c square is less than a square plus b square. So it's an acute triangle. I hope this is clear. Let's see the next one. The figure represents a rectangular storage shed and its dimensions are given in feet. Can you fit an 18-foot 6-inch pipe in the shed? Okay, I want you to work this for later asynchronously because of time constraint. What I'll do is I'll go to the next topic. I'll cover a little bit, 3 slides. Then towards the end, I'll get to this particular problem. Okay, this problem we can start as the asynchronous one. So let's see the next one. Special right triangles. I just want to cover this topic a little bit. There are two types of special right triangles. And special right triangles, you get special right triangles only in case of right triangles. Okay, remember that. We will have special right triangles only in case of right triangles. In addition to Pythagorean triples, which we have already studied just recently, we have special right triangles. There are two special right triangles. One is x, which means this side is equal to this side, and this side is half of this particular side. These two are not equal. This is called as 45, 45, 90. If this happens, if I get two sides equal in a right triangle, if I have two sides equal in a right triangle, then this will be 45 degrees and this will be 45 degrees. Okay, the first special right triangle is 45 degree, 45 degree and 90 degree. And the second one is, if I have a 90 degree and one of the side is x and the hypotenuse is twice the smallest side. If hypotenuse is twice the smallest side, then we will have this particular angle opposite to the smallest side to be 30 degrees and this to be 60 degrees. This is called as 30, 60, 90 special right triangle. Okay. We have not seen the properties. I'm just telling when the special right triangles properties can be applied. It can be applied when we have sides like this, two sides equal in a right triangle, and when we have one of these sides, hypotenuse is going to be twice the smallest side. That's when we have 30, 60, 90 special right triangle. What does special right triangle say? What does it have the properties? Let's see that. We will cover only one of them today, 45, 45 and 90 triangle. It says that any triangle with angle measuring 45, 45 and 90 is an isosceles right triangle such that the length of the legs will be equal to the length of the legs will be equal. These, whenever we have 45 and 45, the opposite sides will be equal. That is, this will be equal, these two sides will be equal, and the hypotenuse will be root 2 times of this particular leg. The hypotenuse will be root 2 times. Please note down this one. You will use this to solve problem. Note down this, very important. Okay, I hope you have noted down. Let's see a few problems based on that, and then we will go back to the slide which we left and do a synchronous one. Find the value of the variable. Okay, I will do few of them, then give you chance to work on the others. So let me do this 1, 3. Second one you will do, I'll do 1, 3 and 5. Okay. I want you to do 2, 4 and 6 on your own. You're working on the ones which I have not marked. So I have this particular side as x, and this is 4. Okay. We know that the hypotenuse is going to be root 2 times the leg. Root 2 times the leg. This is 4, so this is also going to be 4, and hypotenuse is leg root 2. So leg is this time 4, so it's going to be 4 root 2. 4 root 2. So which means x equals 4 root 2. The previous slide, we know that the legs are equal in case of 45, 45, 90, and the hypotenuse is legs times square root 2. Same way, you can try this one. Let me do this. Once again, I have been asked to find the hypotenuse. This is given to me as 5, and I have been asked to find this particular x. So hypotenuse is leg times root 2. I'm calling L root 2. In this case, the leg value is 5, so 5 root 2. The x equals 5 root 2. Okay, let me do the last one here. I've been given this time the hypotenuse, and they are asking me to find the value of leg. Instead of using x, let me call leg as L so that I can use the previous formula. I know that hypotenuse is leg times root 2. And let's substitute whatever they have given. Hypotenuse is given to be as 2, and leg is given to be as x. 2 equals x root 2, and they are asking me to find the value of the leg or x. So I can divide by root 2 on both sides and get the value of x. If I divide by root 2, this root 2 and this root 2 gets crossed out. 2 over root 2 gives me just root 2. So x equals root 2. All of you solve for problem 2, 4 and 6. I'll give you like a couple of minutes, then we will go to the last slide. Okay. As your friend suggested, absolutely right. We are finding here hypotenuse, and they had given us the value of the leg. Hypotenuse is leg root 2. So here it's going to be, instead of leg I have 6, so 6 root 2. Okay. X equals L root 2. I've substituted L as 6 and got 6 root 2. Let's try the fourth one. We'll use different color for 4. We have been given hypotenuse, and they are asking us the value of x. The hypotenuse is leg times root 2, I have hypotenuse as 3 root 2. Let's keep like as x. Dividing by root 2 on both sides, I get x as 3. So I get this as x equals 3. And this is also same way you'll get x is supposed to be 9. Okay. Hypotenuse is given as 9 root 2. You can say 9 root 2 equals leg times root 2. So leg is x, substitute, and same way you'll get 9. Okay. Let's switch back to this. All of you try working on this, and later on once you complete this you can also work asynchronously on worksheet, and I'll be giving the one more attempt on debrief 1b. Okay, keep working on this. We'll discuss this one later on. Okay, just work this and also this. Let me, so this will be your asynchronous work, and debrief 1b should be active for another attempt in a couple of minutes so that you can attempt once more on debrief 1b.